Okay, so hello there guys, this is Aishi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to to do something new which probably I haven't done in any of my previous videos on this channel. So wish me luck because I don't know how the message is going to come out of my mouth, okay? Like I'm going to try to channel some messages from the divine, from the source. And before doing that, I need to meditate a bit. So I am setting the intention that today I will be reading the energy of my collective people to everyone who is finding this message on their feed right now, and this video is showing up on your feed. This is meant for you. This video is not just by accident or coincidental. I do not believe in coincidences, and if this has find you, it has find you for a reason. So stick around with me and let's dive into the message so we can see how it resonates with you and with my entire collective sitting right there on the other end of this channel. Okay, I'm gonna get a little comfy, okay? Because if I meditate, which I do by the way every day, and I just knew that I had to sit my ass down, okay? Because I was being bombarded with so many messages inside my head, intuition, literally my intuitive instincts just brought me here today. So know that I am here for a reason, and if you are finding this video, it is for a reason, okay? And the divine source wants you to hear this video. So please make sure you do not try to fit everything inside this message. If it's not resonating with you, please use your discernment and see what comes for you and how you can relate with that. Okay, so now I will dive into the message. Basically, before coming here and sitting down with you guys for recording this video, I was literally being like, I couldn't sleep, man. At night, it it's been, I can't rest, okay? I can't sleep properly. Already I have some kind of insomnia problem. I have trouble sleeping at night, and this just made it worse because whenever I get that creative nudge inside me, I just know that I need to come up to you guys and just flow into this, moment of, you can say, creation through me, and just speak these messages and words of wisdom that God is trying to use my vessel to give it to you guys and share the message with you guys. So basically, I just knew I had to do that because my spirit, my spirit guides, they are not letting me on the hook. Okay, they are not. They want me to have fun, take rest, have real play, and also at the same time I'm in this creator mode. And that voice inside me, okay, that internal voice, whatever you can say, that intuition, she is like, bitch, you need to go down, sit your ass down and record this video because you are getting so many messages, and if you do not record, you're probably going to forget it, and you won't be able to remember any of the lessons, any of the experiences that you are going through, and also the collective people might be going through at the same time in their lives as well, just like you are doing right now. So I want to make sure I don't miss out on anything because I'm getting a lot of messages right now. So just let's meditate first, because otherwise it's going to come up, the message is going to be all over the place. Okay, I need it in my order. I need order. I need things in a proper order in my life always. So, never mind. I'm feeling a throat chakra block. Like some of you guys, I think you might be having trouble speaking your true deep thoughts and feelings. I'm feeling like a massive, as soon as I sat to meditate, I was like, I'm feeling a massive throat chakra block. So that could be significant for you guys if this message resonates with you. Okay, you might be having a blockage in your throat chakra wherein you are not able to speak your truth, your true deep thoughts and feelings. You're not being able to, show up to yourself, like, or like you're not being completely honest with yourself, something like that. Okay, let's see what else is coming out. Spirit, please use my vessel as your to speak your sorry Spirit, please use my vessel to speak through me your words of wisdom and divinely aligned messages that my collective people need to hear today. I'm calling upon all of my ancestors, spirit guides, my guiding angels. I'm calling upon God and all of the divine highest sources of powers and all of the divine highest sources of protectors that wants to come through in this message right now. Okay, so immediately I'm getting quite a lot of messages. Like, as I was talking, this throat chakra block is probably because it's not like you are not being honest with yourself. I guess you are trying to do that, but something about you not being able to accept your truth, something about you not feeling like, you can say, safe to just be yourself and express your deep emotions and feelings that you are going through. Okay, I need to turn on the fan. Okay, it's getting hot. Wait, I will come back soon. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so what was I saying? Okay, so this, you not being able to speak your truth might be causing a feeling of, disbalance in your emotions. Like your emotional self-regulation system is kind of not in place. Like, it's, I think this is also a message that you need to ground yourself and really try to process every emotions that you're feeling. Just don't try to push it down. Acknowledge them. Okay, acknowledge all your emotions and process it. See, you cannot ignore your emotions and then expect yourself to put in the action and be able to, speak your truth, because that doesn't happen. First of all, you need to change your thought process about how you are viewing this entire situation, because if you're not being able to open up or whatever, I think it's in regard, this message is in regard to another person that you want to speak your truth too, but you're not being able to do that because you do not feel safe. Something like that is going on. If yeah, yeah, it is. It's probably like there's been a kind of conflict, I guess. So just know that whatever this external conflict is, right, with in regards to this other person, that you are not being able to express yourself truly or authentically to them, it's probably also because you are not being able to, first of all, being true and safe within yourself to bring up all those, you can say, emotions and feelings to the surface, right? Yeah, so that's how it is. That's why there is a emphasis here on this message to really sit down, ground yourself, meditate. Okay, go in nature. Go in nature, you will be able to, really balance your emotions. And something about your emotions might be getting in the way here. Maybe you have very intense or deep emotions in regards with this person that you want to speak your truth to. So maybe you're not being able to do that because your emotions is kind of taking it, you can say, taking all over you. It can feel like all consuming type. That's why it's overwhelming, and hence this throat chakra block I was feeling initially. So make a point of that. Okay, just sit down, relax. First of all, you need to create that safe space within yourself. If you want to show up for other people or whoever it is, okay, out there in this world, if you want to show up, first you need to fill your own cup. You cannot give or do anything from an empty cup, right? First of all, you need to create that safety within your nervous system, because I don't think your nervous system is feeling safe to be able to, show up in a way that you need to show up. Does that make sense? Because that's how I'm channeling the message right now. Yeah, that's all. Spirit, is anything else that my collective needs to hear regarding this message? I'm not seeing anything. Like, this picture was weird, okay, but you know what I saw? I'm just seeing a picture and I'm trying to understand and really see how that is relevant with this message, because I just saw a, how can I explain this? Wait. Inside your throat, basically our throat chakra is blue color, right? So I saw a kind of, inside the throat there is a blue, like, butterfly kind, okay, inside the throat. And that just wants to, get out, like, get out of the throat, like it somehow went inside the throat and now it wants to escape. So that's the picture that I'm getting inside my head. How is that relevant here? Like, oh, okay, wait. I think Spirit is trying to tell me that basically this, whatever is blocked inside your throat, okay, that is in your throat chakra, this is like a butterfly, because once the message that you want to deliver or tell the other person, okay, send it to them, basically, it's going to give rise, like, how the butterfly comes out of its cocoon after being in a caterpillar stage. You know that, right? The whole transformation from a caterpillar, then into a cocoon again, and then into a butterfly. So it's going to be very, the orchestration, what am I saying? Anyways, yeah, the orchestration of this message, once it comes out of the throat, it's going to be very beautiful. Like, it's going to be very detailed as well. That's what I'm getting. And it's not going to be all over the place. It's going to be from a place of, you can say, clarity, your true feelings that you're feeling. Once you learn how to face your own emotions with truth, right? With honesty, I mean. And it's also going to be very much, you can say, oriented. I don't know why I'm getting the word oriented. So oriented might be significant for you if you are hearing this message right now, okay? Sometimes I be stumbling over my own words. That is another not conversation, okay, wait. I am stumbling over my words. That is another confirmation that there is a throat chakra block, probably, okay, you are going through, and there is something you need to address. And me stumbling over my words, throat block, and when there is a block in your throat, obviously you will stumble over your words. So that is just another confirmation for you that this message is meant for you if it's finding you. Okay, anyways, what else about this throat chakra message, spirit? Is anything else that this collective needs to know right now? Yeah, as I said, when you really learn to, I think this, personally speaking, this has been my biggest lesson as well, to be able to voice out my own feelings and emotions clearly, instead of coming from a place of, like, just having too much intense emotions. It clouds my judgment ki I forget what is right for me. I mean, like, you can say I forget that I have respect, that I have boundaries. So the message should come from a place of, where all of these things are included, okay? And it's not just because we are too much, like, controlled by our emotions and feelings of in regards to that other person, okay? Because letting yourself get controlled by the emotions that you feel about the other person, okay, that's not going to fetch you in a good place, I can say. And it's, if you just choose to act based on your emotions, and not just, I mean, like, I'm also getting, okay, wait, I'm getting more messages like, you need to listen to your heart, bro. Something about here, like, listen to your heart. Like, listen to your intuition. What is your intuition telling you right now? What do you need to do? That will give you the clarity on how you can deliver the message that you want to deliver. Use your intuition, bro, to speak up. Just like I am using my intuition right now today to channel my messages for you guys. Okay? Use that. Use your discernment, use your intuition. Use all of your divine skills, gifts, talents and powers. God has given to you all of those skills, talents and powers because to make use of it, not just to sit with it and let it rust like iron, right? You need to use them. You need to sharpen all of those tools and skills. Okay, that is all that I'm getting about this message, okay? That follow your heart, listen to your intuition, and don't just act on your emotions. It's okay to exist within you, whatever emotions you have regarding or in respect to that other person, okay? Let them exist within you instead of pushing them down. Acknowledge them, show them gratitude, show them embrace those emotions with love and respect, but also make sure you are using your intuition and you know your boundaries as well, so that when you do speak up, maybe, yeah, when you do speak up about your truth to this other person, probably it's a love situation as I'm feeling, okay? I don't know if you have went confessed to someone about your love or you're hiding it. Something is going on, okay? Something of that sort. I feel it. I can just feel it. Anyways, first of all, make sure you are secure and safe within yourself to confess your deep, true thoughts and feelings. Then ground yourself, meditate, and you will get more clarity, you will get more wisdom, more intuition to know exactly how to put that message out to that person if it is necessary. And probably it's necessary because if you do not do it and if you are holding yourself back from doing that, you are only going to create and operate from a place of you can say fear, control, because you are letting the other person control your emotions, and hence you will stay in a stuck, you can say stuck place. Basically stuck is also a feeling, okay? It's not, see, you know that quote, I'm just hearing that quote, okay? You are not your emotions, you are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings. So you need to know that all of these feelings, thoughts and emotions that we are going through, it is all temporary, okay? It is all just an experience, and you can feel all of those feelings, you can acknowledge them, but do not start identifying yourself with those emotions, because when you do that, it's detrimental to you, to the point where you can say you start thinking that, let's take for example, someone has made you feel very guilty and worthless or maybe ashamed of speaking your truth, of just being genuine and authentic, right? So basically it's this person's negative projection that they have projected onto you. So if you now absorb it, absorb, ABSORB, absorb that projection instead of just observing that, recognizing that, I mean, and identifying that, okay, these thoughts, feelings, emotions, these are not mine, okay? I'm not carrying another person's burden with me and then labeling it as mine. No. Even my own thoughts and feelings that I feel, those are just momentary. Those are all here either to teach me how to love myself, either to teach me how to, set boundaries, or either to teach me how to take control and response, how to take control of my own life, and not take control of my whole life, I mean, like, not everything in our life is in control. Not everything is in free will, though most of the, like, 80% you can say in this modern generation that I have read in some books, 80% is free will. Okay, human beings have free will, and 80% of it is in our hand. So if 80% of it is in our hand and the rest 30% is in the divine's source, higher power, God, whatever you want to call, okay, is in their hand, and the circumstances though that are in God's hand are going to play out the way it's meant to play out for you by God, right? But the things and situations that are in your control is the way you respond to the circumstances and experiences, and you can say emotions and feelings that you're going through. So John, my friend, I'm calling you John, okay? Just a name, okay? Just a name I'm taking. For example, you are John, okay? Whoever this is watching is John is going through sadness, depression, and anxiety, and he starts feeling like I deserve it. I am sad. I am such a bad person. I deserve to feel this way. I'm not worthy. They have made me feel like I'm not worthy. So I'm not worthy. I cannot achieve my dreams and goals because they have said it that I cannot achieve my dreams and goals. So now here the mistake that John is doing is, instead of just observing his emotions from an outside, you can say outside your body perspective, because he's identifying himself as that emotion, instead of just letting all those emotions pass through him and not really, dismantle him or remove his anchor within himself, he is letting it, how can I explain this, destruct him. That's what I mean to say. Anyways, so when John does this, automatically he's going to stay stuck, because he will feel like he's going to be like this for the rest of his life. But that is just a feeling. Again, stuck is just a feeling. That's why whenever you feel stuck, you need to pause, okay? Because there is something inside your reality that you have been repeating. Either it is a mistake, it's probably a lesson, okay, that you need to learn. And I have seen most of the times when I felt stuck in my life, it's probably because I needed change. I needed something like to respond or show up in a way that is different than how I used to act or show up before within my life, right? Because for the circumstances and the reality to change, first of all, you need to change the way you show up within yourself first. The circumstances outside of you will catch up later on. But if you want to, things to change, you cannot keep doing the same things and then expect change to happen, okay? You cannot keep doing the same routine, the same structure, the same boring things, the same you can say repeating the same lessons and then expect change to happen. You need to act different, and that's how you change the outcome of whatever this thing you're trying to alter. Anyways, and the outcome still doesn't change after you have changed, made those changes within yourself and evolved really from a place of love, giving enough more love towards you, especially at this time, because you are going through a lot of overwhelming, you can say, emotions and feelings. So you need to embrace them first of all, then release them. First acknowledge, then embrace them, then release them, okay? That's how you do it, and then you get the clarity and truth. Not immediately, you will not get it immediately, but by showing up for yourself every single day, grounding yourself, doing meditation, that's how you're going to get what you want. That is the truth, the wisdom that you need to handle and deal with this situation in a way that is different from how you used to act, think, or behave like before, right? Because first of all, your perspective needs to change regarding how you are viewing this whole situation. If you are viewing this situation like, I can never get out of this, oh my god, it's so terrible, I just want to, unalive myself or something like that, that is terrible. Anyways, if you have all of those thoughts, first of all, your thought process needs to change, and for you to have a different and higher perspective, you need to find that anchor, something to ground within you no matter what happens outside, so it doesn't, you know, destroys you from inside. It cannot destroy you. So that you become so powerful and confident within your own voice and truth, that you do not need other people from outside to validate that your thoughts, feelings and emotions are true, and you are allowed to feel them, and you are allowed to change and evolve, whatever that is, okay, that you need to do. Anyways, enough with this message, okay, I'm moving on to the next message. So I just had the most okay, I don't know how many of you guys are going through this, but I feel called to share this. I was not going to share this, but I think there is something that needs to be, let out through this video right now that I'm recording. So I will just put it out there and share with you guys. And I'm really trying my best to practice vulnerability and feeling safe in being vulnerable at this point. And I think the best way and opportunity to do that will be through this message that I'm going to talk about right now. So yeah, as you guys are my safe space, I think I believe, I don't think, I believe that it's right for me to do this at this moment right now, okay. So just 4 days, I guess 4 or 3 days ago, I had the most intense, soul and heartbreaking crash out. I was crying the whole day. Already, if you know me in person, you know that I feel things very deeply. It's not like I'm sensitive, but it's just like I feel things too deeply, and that's why it bothers me a lot. And that is exactly why my boundaries need to be more firm, strong and resilient. Because when you are a person with such intense, vivid, and you can say very much carrying depth within your emotions per type of person or individual, okay, you need to protect that, okay. That is sacred, that is a gift. I will explain how that is a gift later on, but right now I'm just explaining this thing, okay. You need to learn how to protect that energy, because your emotions, the way you feel, the way you see things, everything carries energy, and you need to learn how to protect that energy, how to protect that peace, so that no matter how other people are choosing to act or behave with you externally, doesn't affect you or really gets through your head internally. Now depends on the type of situation and the person that has done something to hurt you, or they have chose to project on you all of their negative influences and behaviors, okay. So depends on that, the person who has done to you, how much done that hurt to you, how much close, or you can say deeply connected to you they are. So depends on that level, ki whether the things and words that they are saying to you, it's really going to get through your head, or it's just going to be like, no, 1 year in, like, then front out, another year out, okay? So it depends. If it's not a person of such importance in my life, I wouldn't feel that way. But if it's a person of very much importance, and I truly respect them and things like that, so it's going to hurt me a lot then. So it depends on that type of person, the context, the intensity of the words that they have said. It depends, okay, on a lot of factors, external factors, as you know. Anyways, so what happened is basically this intense crash out that I had was regarding my father. So okay. Now I'm laughing like hell, but if you know if what kind of person I am behind the camera, you are just going to burst out laughing, because when I'm with my friends, or when I'm with my, you can say, yeah, when I'm with my friends or colleagues, you can say, whatever, I cannot cry even if I want to. I'm the type of person I cannot cry in front of um another person, especially when I'm with my friends, because they be making me laugh when I'm crying, and then it just becomes so funny somehow, and the feelings escalate and it goes somewhere else, and it doesn't really solve the problem that I was going through, by the way. So anyways, that is another topic. I don't know why I'm saying that. But yeah, I was going to say that your sensitivity, it's a gift, okay? The way you feel things and situations and even people very deeply, the way you feel them, right? Feel them, not just read them. Yes, you can read energies, because when you enter a room, any room, and you are a person who has worked on themselves for for me it's now like 2 years almost. So if you are a person who has been on this healing journey, have been doing a lot of shadow work, meditation every single day, so people like that are very dangerous, trust me, because they be too much aware of their own surroundings as well as themselves, and that's what gives them the ability to understand and immediately pick up on other person's energies, because our subconscious mind picks up on all of those energies of the people that we are talking, or maybe not, we are not talking, but simply being around them or being in their presence, right? So, and your subconscious mind is your intuition, okay? It's directly linked with your intuition. So that's how when you come back home now, you can immediately feel the energy exchange that has happened. Their energies come onto you, your energy goes to them, okay? It happens like that. So, and that's how you know and can feel what exactly that other person might be going through. You will at least have an idea कि they are most likely to go through this or that, or shit is wrong, something is wrong, okay, off with them. You will immediately know that the vibes are wrong or the vibes are off, or when to your intuition will also speak like, run, exit, don't share this, don't talk about that, this person can use this information against you. So your intuition keeps giving you all of those nudges, okay, and you really need to be alert. That's why. And be connected within yourself and with your own emotions and intuition, because that's most of the clues of where things might potentially go wrong if you choose to stick with this person that you're talking to right now. That shows up right now at the beginning moment, at the beginning stage itself. You can diagnose that something, this person can potentially cause any problem, any conflict, any kind of harm in the future to me or with me, whatever. Okay. Yeah, so it takes a lot of, not just journaling and meditating and shadow work. It also takes reading a lot of books, reading a lot of spiritual psychological books as well, to read people's expressions and energy. Someone who is folding their hands like across the arms across their hands, okay, that's what I mean, is hiding something. He or she is most likely to hide their true feelings and thoughts. So, anyways, they're lying. Basically, someone who chooses to cross their hands and arms like this, they most probably might be feeling unsafe, insecure, and they will not choose to talk a lot or share a lot of information about themselves, because they fear that that information might be used against them. When someone chooses to be like this, that is also a sign of, like, you can say, closed off body language. That you will study in psychology, okay, a lot of ways that people chooses to hide their and conceal their own insecurities and everything. Not just insecurities, their true feelings, you can say. Yeah, also that. Anyways, so your sensitivity truly now is a gift, because you know who exactly is meant for you, is aligned with your divine highest good, and who exactly is not really aligned with your divine highest good and is not truly meant for you. Because, first of all, your intuition and your ability to see and feel and read things very clearly and very deeply. And it just doesn't come like you one day I started meditating and then I started reading people's energies. That's, it's not like that kind of fantasy. I'm not talking about all those fantasies, okay, or all of those personality disorders where people feel like someone is using information against them. Not talking about all of those things, logical ways of explanation. I'm not talking about that. This is literally science backed, backed up facts. Not facts, you can say, it is the truth. Because your intuition, again, it is connected to your subconscious mind, okay, and every person's subconscious mind picks up on other person's energies. Every person has that ability, but the only difference is not everyone is using that. Not everyone are using their own gifts, talents and powers that God has given to them. That's the only difference. Not everyone is practicing all of those skills. Not everyone is sharpening all of those gifts for them to be able to, accurately find what is going on and what might be going on potentially in the future, if I choose to stick around and fix them or try to fix and help that person situation from drowning in their own life, right? What potential harm that can cause to me, where I can end up if I choose to go with them, and if they are a bad company and if they are dishonest. So all of those tricks, games, you can say, manipulations, if you're reading if you're a psychology student and you also mix spirituality, wisdom, along with your psychology knowledge that you have been reading, not just in your bookish. I'm not just talking about your bookish, like in the academic course of whatever books of psychology you have. I'm talking beyond that. Okay? Go outside the box and not just the books that society has given to you. I'm talking because, see, one thing is, both in psychology and both, not both, wait, in psychology there are, the theories are always changing, they are constantly evolving. So if you do not keep updates on what is recently going on, currently happening, everyone is feeling this way, or maybe not everyone is feeling this way, but I am. And you learn to form a strong opinion about yourself, because what happens is, if you do not have that strong opinion about you, you are just going to absorb absorb a lot of other people's opinions about you, which is not truly you, or who you are, or who you can be. And what happens is, that's when you lose yourself, you lose your identity. So it's really important to have a strong opinion, even if it doesn't please the masses, even if it doesn't uh, make people resonate with you. You're not here put on this earth to be relatable with every single person. You're not meant for everyone. Please remember this. Okay? Please. Because if you start doing that, just means that you're not living authentically. Because truly, what you have been living in is all of the other people's thoughts, how they want to see you, the images other people have of you, that they want to see you doing or acting like. And if you are those images, maybe they don't want you to succeed, for example, in life. Okay? And now what happens if you start staying with those kind of people? You eventually will go down that path, you will not succeed, their words will come true, because yeah, that's what you chose to believe in, instead of having a strong opinion about yourself that is opposite of the entire mass population. Your fear of being rejected, of what happens is, makes you follow the crowd. It makes you, people please, settle in relationships, and toxic relationships and toxic friendships that are not really aligned with you, and it makes you diverted from your soul purpose, from your divine mission that you are here to fulfill, especially as a chosen one. If you know what is chosen one, well and good, but if you are new to my channel and you do not know what is the meaning of a chosen one, chosen ones are basically hand-picked individuals that are living on this planet, and human beings, you can say, individual beings that are living on this planet, who are here, their soul is here to fulfill and carry out a divine higher purpose in their lifetime. Okay, the soul are basically here on a mission, on a soul level mission. Okay, and when you get distracted from that, that's why, by being in the other people's shoes, other people's perspective, other people's feelings, you lose yourself. You lose your power, your wisdom, your abilities, your psychic abilities, your spiritual abilities, your gifts, talents, you can say, because you are not using them. You're not using your own wisdom, talents, gifts, powers, and abilities. You are choosing to live in through other people's lenses of you, their images of you, what they want you to become like, or be like, or act like, or behave like. And that's why you get diverted from your soul mission and purpose. That's why it's so dangerous as well, because when you attach yourself to a person, to a place, to a external circumstance or situation, or even to your emotions, when you attach yourself, like your identity, to all of that things that I mentioned, you lose yourself in every way, in every manner. You start questioning your own worth, you start questioning your own who you are, why are you even still alive, whether you do have a purpose or mission or not in your life, which is a good thing, by the way. This really does happen. According to psychology, this does happen when a teenage starts becoming an adult. Things like them questioning their identity, going through identity crisis. The society is telling me, for example, to do something else. The society expects me to show up this way, to please them, to honor them, respect them. But I don't really find that the rules and regulations that this society is trying to put on me are really a fit for me. And basically, I'm just trying to fit in to their boxes of images. And that's not really me. So things like this start happening when you go from a teenage to becoming an adult. That is a healthy thing, okay? But when you buy yourself, because remember that every human being now has 80% in their own hands. 80% is in our free will, right? And if we knowingly choose a path, by being with these people, places, situations, job opportunities that we deep inside know it's not right, it is making me sick. I feel sick. I need change. I need difference. I need my reality to evolve, to shift. Then you cannot attach yourself to all of these things, like a person, an emotion they gave to you, or any place, an external circumstance or situation that you have been through or still going through. Rather, attach yourself to a goal, to a mission, to a purpose. Attach your soul to a, you can say, your wisdom, the knowledge, because that is going to save you at the end of the day. Not these people, not these places, not these situations will come here and someday you keep waiting and they will change and things will get better. Things just doesn't get better. Nothing changes if you don't change. Now you realize why it's important for us to be in evolution, and how to get unstuck when you do feel stuck in some situations in your life. That's how you get unstuck. When you attach yourself to a goal, to a higher purpose, to a mission, to true love within yourself, right? That's why when you have this strong kind of, self concept, this strong opinion about yourself, that no, just because you said that I cannot do it, doesn't mean that that is coming from me. That is your perception, that is your lens of thinking, that is your way and pattern of staying stuck in the 3D matrix. This does not dictate my reality. I'm the one who is in charge of creating my own reality by changing my own thoughts, my own ideas, my own point of views, and then my emotions change because I now have a higher perspective. That's how I take action now. That is in alignment with my divine with my soul's divine highest mission that I'm here to fulfill and carry out in this lifetime. Okay? That's how it is. Anyways, I've talked a lot. So this really, where did I start from? I was speaking about sensitivity, right? Sensitivity, your sensitivity, hence it's a gift. Because imagine so many people. Okay, I'm getting a lot of things. I don't know how to articulate this message exactly, but I will try my best. Imagine if you are a kid who has gone through a lot of traumatic childhood experiences, okay? A lot of abuse, whatever abuse it is, okay? Not just physical, but mental, verbal, even spiritual abuse. Spiritual abuses also take place, okay? Ways when your energy and peace is been siphoned, is been taken away by other people, by narcissistic people, okay? When you get into a relationship like that, your energy is basically siphoned and taken away by that person, because that person feeds off on your energy. They need your energy to be alive. It's like a parasite, okay? That's, I'm going to make another whole video about narcissistic abuse and all that, okay? Right now we are in this topic. So okay, so when you are a chosen one as well, your soul chooses a lot of big karmic lessons, and not just the blessings, okay? The blessings will come when you finally learn the lesson. Then you can cultivate all your blessings. It will be visible to you in tangible forms sometimes, or not always in tangible, like things like you can feel or see or touch, but sometimes your blessings and gifts can also be in the sense that you can just feel them. You may not be able to see that, but you can feel that. For example, the change that happens when you start clicking with a situation that made no sense, for example before, about why you went through all of those drastic highs and lows, extremes, worst and worst scenarios, and then best and best case scenarios. But now it starts making sense finally, when it starts clicking your brain and your intuition is like, okay, wait, why am I feeling so happy, so better, so light right now? I wouldn't have become this person, this happiest person alive on earth right now, if I didn't go through that experience. If I didn't meet that person, okay? And I didn't learn this lesson, I wouldn't have been able to love myself so deeply. So it was necessary for that reason. And see, nothing is coincidental. Your soul already hence knows, even before birth. It signs a contract with God that these are all of the people that we are going to meet. This is going to be your mom, this is going to be your dad, this is going to be your sister, this will be your husband, this will be your wife, this will be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, these will be your friends, and all of these experiences, you will go through them, okay? That will teach you this lesson, or either it will heal you, not just teach you a lesson, it will also heal you. And this will be a blessing, this will be that, this, okay? So it all happens before, even before we take birth on this planet earth, okay? This contract is signed between soul and God, and that's how the soul now reincarnates within a baby, and it takes birth on this earth, very beautiful earth. So when your soul has made that contract of very deep, intense, heartbreaking, heart shattering kind of highs, extremes highs and highs, and extremes lows and lows, kind of, you can say, lessons and experiences that it's going to learn and heal from here. When it makes that kind of contract with God, so you are a chosen one. That's how you know you're chosen one. Because if you have been through so much traumatic experiences that has made you feel like you are not worthy, you're not enough, you're not, you need to do more, you need to be more, or you are too less, you're too small, you are not all of that you think you are. If people have tried to humble you down a lot, you are a chosen one. That's how you will know that you are a chosen one, because God has picked your soul. Out of every person, God has trusted you. He has faith in you, and he that's why chooses to protect you. Because when you are a chosen one, you are also very much divinely protected and safe. Hence, because your mission, the things that you are here to carry out and create, is even bigger than your whole, you can say, essence, the whole presence that you are. It's even bigger than you. Your mission is even bigger than you. The things you are meant to create or co-create with your divine counterpart, that is your divine soulmate, you're here to co-create with these people, and hence you need to be protected. You need to be very much safe. The divine knows it. The sources of higher power, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, they are here. Every one of them standing behind you like an army. That's why every time I feel like I'm being attacked, or I am spiritually being attacked, or even sleep paralysis, if you have ever been through that, it is terrible. Okay, if you have been through sleep paralysis, I don't know, I have been through many times, and hence I'm saying you now. I was reading this article where it said like a lot of spiritual attacks, spiritual warfares can happen when we are sleeping, because that's the best time when our soul is in the 5D, right, in the spiritual realm, in the astral plane, you can say, fighting with a lot of demons, fighting with I don't know, spiritually a lot of other people's energies that has been latched onto you from your reality, like your 3D matrix. So a lot of things happens in the spiritual realm when you're sleeping, when you're dreaming, because you are directly connecting with God, with the source, with the highest powers that are all present in the, you can say, spiritual plane. So if you are going through sleep paralysis and things like that, a lot of times when you are divinely protected and safe, you will notice that you maybe had a very terrible dream, but somehow you are safe, you are protected. Like in the dream, somehow you have escaped, and God will maybe even appear in your dreams some of the times. I know this stuffs that I'm talking about might sound very esoteric, it can sound very out of the box, can sound very like, usually we do not read about this all of these stuffs anymore. Earlier in the ancient times, the Egyptians, the, what was that, Mesopotamian civilization people used to do that. The Babylonian, not the wait, what was that? Before Christ era. Okay, basically all of this wisdom, ancient knowledge comes from roots from even before the Christ era, not area, sorry, era, before AD, before BC. No, wait. Okay, wait. Before BC, that is before Christ, right? AD is the time of, bro, my history when I was back in 10th, up to the mark, up to the point, it used to be very much updated. But now, forgive me, Now I'm not that in touch with those history books and whatever, but anyways, we need to get back in touch with those books. It's a reminder from spirit as well. I need to get back with my history knowledge. Anyways, I'm going to search about that soon after I finish this video. Okay, right now, how much ever I know now, presently, I'm going to share. Okay, and whatever stuffs that I have read, I'm sharing that. So stuff like this esoteric concepts and everything has been written on pe- those time period book, those time periods books. Okay, that's what I mean to say. Stuff like this you will find there, and that's how you will know. Things like this may not be very much, popular or read by a lot of people, but yeah, there are certain kind of very much enlightening concepts for human evolution that people need to be aware of. If you if you do not wish to stay stuck in the matrix, in the 3D, where everything is under control, under pressure, under manipulation, games, lies, deceptions. If you want to get out of the matrix and you want to follow a different path, because your soul feels called to, but not everyone's soul is meant or called to do this or follow a different path, right? That's why I'm not going to talk about all these concepts with people who are out of this. Who are in this, I mean, into the image fit that society has put them into, because they wish to stay like that, they wish to settle, they wish to, they're fine living that kind of love, living that kind of life, I mean. Okay, wait, what am I talking? They're fine basically living this kind of life. Okay, they are okay with the 9 to 5 jobs. They want to suffer and struggle for the rest of their lives and have no freedom over their time, money, relationships, their family. They don't want to have all of that privilege or good time and have access to higher, you can say, sources of power, because they're simply not meant to have it. Let me just make it clear, not everyone is meant to follow this, you can say, divine chosen one soul's path, because not everyone is a chosen one. First of all, God has not picked up everyone from this planet. God has only picked up those souls, that's why, who God knows they can go through the worst and worst of worst, but still come back 100 times better than what they have been through. Hence, that's why God doesn't choose the very clean person who has never done anything wrong, who can never make a mistake, who can never fuck up in their life, or who can never have failed, never have been criticized. God doesn't choose all these people because they are fitting in the society, they are trying to please other people, they are trying to act like the hypocrites who chooses to make fun of other people, and they choose to, for example, there is a new transfer student that wants to fit in basically. So what she does is she sees that one of the girls in her class is being very much made fun of, criticized, tortured, mental abuse, verbal abuse. Okay, she goes through all of that, and she doesn't want to be an outsider, basically, this new transfer student. So what she does is the safer road, the safer option. She doesn't want to feel discomfort, she doesn't want to grow, she doesn't want to be a real person. So she chooses to be a nice person. She chooses to go to people, this other group of friends that criticize this one of the girls in the class. Okay, and she chooses to join them. So if you're one of them, then don't listen to my words. Do not listen to my channel. You can exit. Cross, swipe left and fuck off. Okay? Swipe left and fuck off. Respectfully, fuck off. If you're that kind of a person who chooses to make other people feel insecure just because you are insecure, motherfucker. Take shit responsibility for your own insecurity and better heal and grow instead of projecting on every single person on this earth, right? Anyways, so what she does is, this transfer student, basically she, now to please her friends and to make new friends, right, she chooses to be with everyone in the class. She's everyone's friend, that nice person. And that's why you cannot trust a nice person. Never. A friend of everyone is a friend of none. If you know that quote, you know it. You know what I'm saying right now, then. Okay? Because the way she is choosing to make fun of this